like a butthole.
Good morning, and welcome back to Casual Conversations. I am your host, Ryan Bean, here with my co-host, Alana Sweeser, and talking all things real and life in general, and all kinds of craziness that's going on. It's been a while since we caught up. A lot has transpired since the last time we visited behind the camera.
Out a lot in the last week.
We have. We just did a Yellowstone trip with our friend for her 40th birthday, which was supposed to be a surprise, but I don't think it was a surprise at all. I think she was...
I was a surprise.
You were the surprise, because Elena came in, I think she talked about in the previous episode, she booked the wrong flight, but it ended up working out because they came in a day late, which actually surprised Tina, because everything else, I think Tina already knew what was going on. Either Trent...
Well, what happened was our buddy Trent booked the flight, but on their American account...
On her account.
So when she...
Gotta get those miles, baby. Gotta get those miles.
She got an alert, like your upcoming trip.
To Bozeman, yeah. Don't pay attention to that upcoming trip you just got on your notification, Tina. It's a surprise.
Love that.
Yeah, but Yellowstone was perfect.
Let's talk about what we did in Yellowstone.
And
I'm just gonna get it out of the way. I sound awful this morning. I'm gonna cough a lot, probably gonna sniffle a lot. So deal with it.
Hope she doesn't get me sick. I've been down in medication just to be on the safe side.
Liar.
I have Dayquil this morning.
You're not confident in your immune system?
I am, but I just always add a little extra layer of protection. Why not? If I start to even hint that I get some sort of sickness, I'm down in medication. And I hate medicine in general.
I thought it was allergies.
Yeah. NyQuil, Dayquil, Claritin, whatever it takes, because I can't afford to get sick. I don't have time to get sick.
You gave me Claritin in Montana. Yeah. I was like, I have allergies, I think. And it was just progression of getting sick. Here we are. Yeah. Back to Montana. Great time in Montana. Day one, what did you guys do? Because I missed day one.
Day one was Yellowstone, so we did Yellowstone twice, which was awesome because we did more of the wildlife scene. The second time we went, we did more of the geysers and things like that, but we got to see a lot of wildlife day one.
I missed the buffalo. He got to see the buffalo.
I did. I got to see a lot of them. It was pretty freaking cool, to be honest with you. So I want to go back. We would do it differently. We kind of went in and out of Bozeman just because of the way the flights were and where the airport was, so it made the most sense. But poor Trent did 2 days of driving, and the days in Yellowstone, those are 8 to 9 hour days from when you leave to when you get back, just because there's so much windshield time. But absolutely breathtaking.
And we're all packed like sardines in a bus.
Yeah, but it was fun.
They put me in the back seat. I was a back seat B word.
Yeah, she's the smallest, so this is the way it goes with it. And then my wife got back there actually as well. But anyway,
it was a party in the back seat.
Party in the back, great freaking time. Want to go back to Yellowstone? Highly recommend anyone.
The best day that everybody agrees was we were floating down the Madison River.
Yeah, that was a trip. Not only was the backdrop beautiful, the weather was incredible. The water was refreshing and crystal clear. It was about maybe 3 feet deep, if that.
I got to live up my dream of being a tour guide.
Yeah, she got to be on the back of the raft, and he screamed orders at us and which way to row and all that stuff. So
until
it was fun.
The end. And then I had one regret that whole trip. I had to go to the bathroom, so I jumped in the water, but I didn't realize it was that fast.
Yeah.
And I almost died.
She not almost died. She could have stood up, but she didn't want to stand up.
It's fast.
It was.
And then I had to roll tumbler over our friend's husband to get on a
raft to get to the water. That part was more comical than anything else. But yes, the raft. I want to go back. Wanted to do it again. I would have loved it to be in about triple the time.
Then we did a Yellowstone themed night.
Yeah, with a Yellowstone night. Then it goes to show you how old you're getting, because everyone was lame and wanted to go to bed at midnight that night from a day in the raft. We all stayed up, but I think Tina, the birthday girl, ended up crashing out early on her own birthday.
Yeah.
So lame.
Well, it was a long day of drinking on the river.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was a full day.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. Loved it. Beautiful scenery. The backdrops are amazing for those who have not gone.
Yep.
Highly recommend going. I will be back. But I love seeing the wildlife, so I would have loved to spend more time figuring that part out. Never saw a bear. Bear was on the list. Moose was on the list. Never got to see that. But
so one thing we talked about, because we were in the car a lot, Alice and I were like, what did people do before having their phones or whatever? So we went back to old school ways and we played the ABC game. Did you hear us playing it?
I didn't.
I didn't know it was a game, or I probably would have played it growing up, because we went camping a lot with my family. But each person, you start with A, obviously, and then you look outside and you find something with A. It can't be a letter on a sign.
Right. Antelope.
Yeah, or an apple in a tree.
Yeah.
Whatever. So we did that, and I think we made it all the way to H or something like that, and then we kind of moved on to the next game.
Yeah, well then you're in the middle of nowhere.
Oh no!
So it's
What
kinda
game
hard.
we played was the stupid couples game, and all of us almost got divorced.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, that was fun.
Allison on her phone had this quiz, and it's like each spouse picked out, answered 15 questions, and then you gave it to their spouse, and then they had to answer. You have 4 options, and you answer most, whatever. I got a 78 on my husband, a 78%. He got an 84%.
Yeah, that's
What
not
did you
bad. Like 80-something%.
Yeah. C's get
That's a
degrees,
B minus. It's a B minus. Yeah, C's get degrees. That's what she was saying. C's get degrees. But great time in Yellowstone. My daughter just started recently, driving as well. She got her driver's
that's
license,
right.
which is, first of all, I got to circle back to this because I want your opinion on this.
Okay.
And
Opinion
me and
you'll
Allison
get.
have different opinions. Well, we have
obviously
different
gonna side with
opinions
her.
than Addison. No, we have different. Of course, you would. The girls team up together. What a shock. They don't even know the topic, and she's already taken sides. She gets a 93 on her driver's test. One, I have no idea how this happened. I think to myself that Addison must have known the instructor, or Allison knew the instructor,
wrote the answers on her hand.
or something. I don't know. I've driven with this girl. How she gets a 93, but she does. She gets a 93. She passed her test, and of course now what she thinks is because she has her license, it's full range to drive. And I explained to her. I said, "Look, Addison, we are not letting you drive on your own until we feel comfortable with your driving."
I agree with that.
And so she pushes back and she goes, "I don't understand what there's to agree with. I obviously know how to drive. I got my license." So I understand where she's coming from.
Yeah.
We agree to disagree, which is a big disagreement in the Bean House. I'd love to know what everyone's take is on it. But I'm like, Addison, you did a somewhat closed course for your driver's test. You have yet to be on the freeway.
Mm-hmm.
You just figured out how to parallel park, 2 days before the test.
Different animal out
Well,
there,
she
honey.
procrastinates too.
Yeah.
She procrastinated to the end. With Dylan, she of course throws Dylan in our face. And I'm like, look, when Dylan was driving, every time he had an opportunity to drive, he wanted to drive.
Yeah.
He always wanted to practice, and then he was pulling boats, he was pulling trailers, he was backing stuff. So I was like, okay, I already feel confident that Dylan knows how to drive. Dylan has some situational awareness. Addison waits till I'm not lying to you, last minute, the day before she's supposed to take the test, she finally follows up on all of her online stuff that she has to take. She's now asking me to teach her how to parallel park mere hours before the test, and then she gets a 93. So I'm kind of
Sounds a lot
proud of her
like
for
me.
the cram and the fact she was able to get it done, because I kind of did a lot of that growing up through school and just tests. I would always be a crammer and then come out okay with a decent grade. But I'm not comfortable with her driving on her own yet, and she doesn't get that. So I'm curious what your take is on, do you feel like because now she's got her license, I should just give her, okay, good.
It's like realtors who get their license and then they get actually into the real estate business and they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
The test is very different than the actual real world.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to explain to her. But
I'll talk.
like I said, she has an argument because I'm like, she passed her test,
Well-
and but she wants to go. I know, but she wants to go like around the corner, and we won't even let her go around the corner.
Well, one day she'll be a parent, and a parent gut is a thing.
It is. And I already told Addison, Addison, we're helping you buy car number 1. We're not helping you buy car number 2. So if you wreck this first one, the rest is on you.
I want to circle back to the car. How proud are you that you're like in a place in your life like you were able to get your kids cars?
I was
16th birthday.
I was extremely proud of it. It was something that was important to me. Even when Allison and I, before we had kids, it was one of the things. It was a box I wanted to check.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I wanted to be able to do
one
it.
growing up?
Yeah. So my mom and dad, I had a hand-me-down car. It was not as nice as the car she got, but which is fine. I'm happy we were blessed to do it. But I had my dad's first car I had was a 1962 Galaxy, big huge boat. It's a huge boat of a car. It was a project car. My dad said he was gonna work on one day. He never did.
Yeah.
So me and my buddies kind of worked on it, and I know nothing about cars. So when I say me and my buddies worked on it, was Jeremy. Jeremy did all the work. He loved cars. I handed him tools. Yeah. So, but we'd stay out there kind of mess. I didn't drive that too long, and then my dad passed me down his little Datsun pickup truck, and for me, I had a car. It was a little 5-speed stick shift little car, and holes in the floorboard, and still you turn the car off, it still putters as it's running, right? So yeah, still going. I'm like, hey, the engine's supposed to be off. Why are you still puttering?
Still wanted to party.
Apparently. So yes, my parents were able to help me with give me a first car, which I was very grateful for.
But it was like your car only.
I had to use, unless they had to use the truck, because it was a truck. So if my dad was like, hey, I need it for yard work, which then he would just send me, right? So I think he gave it to me, but it was more, whenever I need you to use it for something for me, I get to use it. But
I didn't get a car, but also my brother did, but also I'm a twin. So that would, we lived well, but my parents weren't like, I'm buying 2 cars at one time.
Yeah, it was hard. So, because this is what we pretty much did with Dylan and Addison, right? They're only 20 months apart, so it was kind of back-to-back years. And me and Allison were very proud that we were able to do it, but we'd been saving for a long time.
Yeah, you have
so
to.
A big part of it was, when they were little, we started putting money away, knowing, and it kind of goes back to what we tell people a lot as well. It's like, man, how do you have this? They act like I just waved a magic wand and all of a sudden, boom, you got,
must be nice.
$20,000. Yeah, must be nice. You got $20,000 laying around to buy a car. No, it took years of, hey, I know eventually I'm going to want to buy my kids a car. I'm going to put a couple $100 away here and there. Whenever I have some extra money, put it away. And then all of a sudden, when they turn 16, you're going, man, I actually have a nice little chunk of money saved up for their car.
You know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
For my kids?
What's that?
I'm going to employ them into my business.
That's how you,
expense off their car.
That's how you should do it. This is a way smarter way to do it. So me and Allison looked at that as well, putting the cars into the LLC and then making them a company car. The problem with doing that is the insurance goes way up because now it's a commercial vehicle. So when we started looking at, okay, is it worth the extra insurance for the offset? It didn't make sense, but it's something we need to look at for sure. Part of it's just a liability thing too, right? So
I do love my accountant because I just tell him my problems and he gives me solutions.
Yeah. But that's the way an accountant's supposed to do it.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks.
That's why he gets paid. Yeah, you talk about getting paid the big bucks. Be the guys that know tax law. They're the ones that get paid.
He's gonna pick up my bookkeeping. And I was like, listen, Tim. I was like, I just want to make the money. I don't want to manage it. That's not my strong skill set.
That's your job.
I'm good at building a business, building relationships, getting contracts accepted. I'm good at that. But as for expensing out all my stuff, when it comes to tax time, it takes me forever because I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, it's not fun. Allison does all of our taxes, thankfully.
I need Allison in my life.
She may not do any more tax. She took on the taxes for the Marcus bass fishing team too. Oh my gosh, you saw the meltdown she had with that.
I'm proud of myself. I made their shirts this year.
Oh, they're awesome. They're awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, they're really cool. But
it makes me sad thinking that this is the last year for Dylan, though. So Dylan's a senior. Today's first senior Sunday. Shout out.
Senior Sunday for my wife.
Allison's crying.
Yeah, she never listens to the podcast. She'll never hear this anyway.
I know. She said, actually, she was like, if there's one episode I need to listen to, it's got to be the one about Ryan. I bet that's the best one. I go, road? I was like, I say some good things on there.
Don't call him sick.
I'm here now.
Yeah, you are here. Yeah, but no, taxes, I'm glad I don't do any of that. Allison does all of that stuff. Yellowstone trip with our good friends for 40th birthday. Now another teenage driver.
Yep.
So we've had a lot going on, a lot of stuff to catch up with.
Tuesday?
School starts on Tuesday, yep. So, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that school's starting, by the way.
Why?
We're a routine family, and my kids felt like, okay, they're going into their senior year and junior year, so in their eyes it's a free-for-all because it's summer. That means unlimited sleepovers. We can sleep over at our friend's house. Our curfew's now 12:30. We roll in, and I'm a hard no on that because I'm like, guys, I still have to work. I still have to make sure you're at home safe. I want to make sure the door's locked, alarm's set, you're in bed safe. They're like, oh, just go to bed, Dad. I'm like, yeah, you lost your mind. I'm just going to go to bed and hope you guys do what you're supposed to do. Never going to happen. So it's just, you're up late every single night because you're worried about the kids until the kids get in.
I can see that. My mom was the type, she wouldn't sleep. Even when we were in college, she wouldn't sleep until, she got a text, we're home.
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 a.m.
It's a parent thing, man. It's like I said, it's just it's a gene that doesn't go away. And
I will say though,
I'm not like that. I'm like, I try. I'm like, it's midnight. You're on your way home. Yeah, Dad, on my way home. Okay, cool. Sleep.
But it's a mom thing.
It is. Yeah, it is.
But I can't wait till Kean goes to school next year because then I get that daycare money back. Which, our luck, then we'll have another kid, which I'll be happy with it, more than happy with. And then they'll go into daycare, so it'll just be another wash for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
But then, when that school kid is out of daycare, pay raise.
In 10 years, girl,
Payday.
in 10 years, you got it coming. 5 more years,
You know what's gonna happen?
6
We're
more
gonna have
years.
the twins that I'm hoping for. That was on my vision board. We're gonna have the twins that I was hoping for, and then I'm gonna have to go get a second job.
Yeah, kids are expensive. Kids are expensive. So yeah, especially when you start buying them big things like cars.
I know. So we're moving we're moving to the new house in 2 weeks, and I told Kian he wants another big boy room. So he has a dinosaur room now. It's kind of still like little boy. I get that. So, but I bought him a Jeep bed for his dinosaur room because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Jurassic.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Jurassic Jeep, but it's still in my mind. Anyways, so he was like he wants a Marvel room, which I'd been cool with, but I was like, Mommy just bought you this Jeep bed. I don't want to buy another Jeep bed. So I talked him into doing a Hot Wheels room.
Yeah.
And then you can make the Jeep
That's how you
into
do
the
it.
Hot
Spin
Wheels,
it.
right?
We don't need to buy another bed.
Yeah,
We're
I was
gonna need to
like-
spin it. We're gonna need to spin this around to where this suits us to
And
some
if I'm
degree.
being honest, I think the Jeep bed's cool.
It is cool.
I
It
didn't
is
get
cool.
a Jeep bed growing up.
No.
I had a bed that I'm pretty sure was like
Me and
built
Matt,
in the
me and Matt
1900s,
had bunk beds. Me
yeah.
and Matt had bunk beds growing up. So I did have the bigger bunks. That was one of those things. You have the nice
Yeah.
full size bed on the bottom
no.
on the bottom level, or the queen or whatever it
my
was.
sister and I shared a bed till we were about 10 maybe.
Yeah.
It was when we started going teenage years. We're like, Mom. Also, I was a crazy sleeper. I like smacked her in the face all the time. But we shared a room because we had the 2 rooms upstairs. My brother had his room, and then we went to college is when I eventually got my own room, the
Yeah.
balcony room.
Yeah.
I don't know how my sister let me have that, but I was like, I'll take it. But yeah, and then my dad painted that room blue and painted my sister's room purple. I was like, clearly he sees me as a dude.
Well, you said that. You said you were more tomboyish.
I was
growing
very
up.
tomboy.
Yeah.
I was very tomboy. Like literally, I don't think I started doing my makeup till I was an adult.
I can see that.
But why would I though? Because all I did was play soccer. Like
Yeah.
during.
Yeah, and plus, I wish that we bring that back. I wish we'd bring back that style because growing up,
Yeah.
girls wore makeup. But obviously growing up as well, I don't remember it being to the level it is now. Like I
The
feel like these,
contouring and stuff?
yeah, like these
Yeah.
girls want to look like they're supermodels going to school, and I don't think girls really did that. I mean,
No. Well,
I don't
you had-
remember that
so
anymore.
you had what I remember because I went through 6th through 12th grade at the same school, and when you're like in middle school and you're seeing like these beautiful seniors, and it always messed with me mentally though because like I said, I was like I'm not in my mind. I thought I was never beautiful because I didn't know how to do my hair. I didn't know how to do my makeup. Like I literally still to this day wear a bun. I was wearing soccer clothes to school all the time. And then you have these senior girls or junior girls, and they have the style, and they have the makeup and the hair, and the beautiful, and they drive the fancy cars,
Mm-hmm.
And so, but they weren't like overdone like they are today.
No, yeah, I don't
No,
like
they weren't wearing Lululemon. Obviously,
No,
Lululemon
no.
wasn't
No.
then.
Yeah.
But like they were wearing Hollister and Abercrombie.
Yeah,
So,
correct. That was definitely the style.
Yeah.
It was more the prep,
American
more the preppy.
Eagle.
American Eagle. That was more the which American Eagle's obviously making a massive comeback right
it
now.
is.
With
Well, the Sydney Sweeney
I know
thing. I don't
all the-
understand why there's so much backlash on it.
I don't.
Just because she's not curvy.
Because
I'm not
because this
offended by
world this world is so sensitive over every little thing, and that's what's crazy. I
On
don't
my
understand
timeline
that.
now, here's my issue with social media too, though. It's like once something trends, it's like annoyingly on your newsfeed, and everybody's posting about it.
Yeah.
Like we'll circle back to that, but when the Coldplay,
Yeah.
the fair thing.
Oh,
happened,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, like they had a fair. I don't agree with it, but why is it like blowing up my news? Now the texts are leaked. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
Move
no.
on. Why are we so
This
worried
is
about
between
that?
them. That's between them and their families. That's something they
Yeah.
got to work out. Like why? I
But,
totally agree.
Why does that have to be on every news channel? Because drama sells. Drama
Yes,
sells.
It does.
And I hate that.
It does. And like I said, people they feed off it, and everything is ways to monetize, right? You got to find ways to monetize everything that we do. So
Well, that's why all these shows now are just like trash TV. What's the one? Love Island. Everybody's in.
Everyone talks about
I've
it.
never watched it. What is it?
I have no idea. I've never watched it either. I don't
know why
watch
asked you.
TV.
I know you wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah,
I
that's not
just
something I watch.
stayed in my
I rarely watch
supernatural
TV. I rarely watch TV at all.
Cool. That's mine and Cole's thing. We put Key in bed and we chill there and watch our TV show, and then we go to bed.
Allison's got me sucked back into Big Brother, which I will
never
say
watched that.
it's a reality TV show. They
Yeah.
get locked in a house for a summer and a lot of backstabbing and lying and
Trash TV, Ryan.
I know. Trust
You were
me, I
just
get
trash
it.
talking it.
I know. Well, this one's a little bit different because it's not like that. It's not cheating and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. This is an actual game.
Yeah.
So it's like a Survivor, right? It's you're.
Have you noticed that though that most TV shows and most movies now there's always some type of cheating. Like it has to like.
Because it's part of our part of our culture now.
Sad.
It's part of our culture. People don't look at it as a big of a deal. It's like, oh, he cheated or she cheated. Oh, that's kind of the par for the course, which is just horrible. And like I said, we talk about it all the time, girl. It's why we're bringing real back. And actually, I will say, I think people are. I think it's gonna run its course. I could be wrong. I could be crazy. People could say, oh, that's just the old school talking. No. But I truly think that people are gonna get back to real relationships. They're going to want real memories. I think people are going to start to want to live with less. I think people are going to start to realize that all this materialistic crap that's around you.
All the glitter is not gold.
It just,
Is that the same?
I don't know. Is that the same? I've never heard it. Sounds right.
Glitter's not gold?
I don't think I've ever heard that saying once.
Alexa.
Where's Amber?
Amber.
Yeah, she would know.
I agree, but so this reminds me of a conversation I literally had just this week with a realtor. And we talked about in the last episode, a lot of realtors lately have been reaching out to me and they're like, what are you doing different? And so I met with this realtor. She's like, can I pick your brain, blah, blah, blah. And so like, I literally felt bad because I don't know if my meeting was as helpful because I was like, girl, I don't really know what I'm doing other than just being authentic. Really. I mean, you saw my video yesterday. I looked like absolute turd bird. And
but no one's paying attention to that.
Myself on the camera, but I was like, what you get on screen is what you get off screen.
Correct.
Right? And that's what I told her. I was like, I think most of the realtors that I'm seeing right now that got big when the whole social media wave first happened, their businesses are now hurting. And so I was thinking about it more. I was like, why are all these realtors are now like, oh, they're posting about the market being slow. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And they are doing this. What's different? And I think because the social media trend is changing.
Yes.
Those are the ones that were scheduling content to post content for views. I'm posting content for me.
Yep.
And that's the difference.
Correct.
And I think most people are like, somebody yesterday commented on my video. She's like, because I talked about being sick. She's like, girl, you're sick, but in a good way. I love your content. That's the only thing I've been changing. And then I told her, I said, girl, I was like, don't overthink it. I was like, just if you have a thought, like my real estate coach is the one who got me into this mindset. He's like, you have a thought, post it.
Yeah. Well, that's what Gary Vee. Shout out to Gary Vee. We would get him in there.
In a healthy way, though.
But he says the same thing. He's like, dude, you should be posting stuff every day. And he goes, the problem is that it's the fear that people don't want to put themselves out there. And he goes, but when people realize, he goes, I was telling people to go on TikTok 5 years ago, and everyone thought I was crazy. And he goes, now all of a sudden you see people that are making millions of dollars off TikTok, and now everyone's crying, I should have gone on TikTok. He goes, well, now you got all this, the ChatGPT, these AIs, like you have an opportunity to self-brand. And he goes, you ask any millionaire or billionaire what they would be doing today, they would find out ways to brand themselves, but you brand your genuine self. The problem is that you're seeing it right now, like even like so my daughter, I don't know if you've seen kids now, they want the old school photo cameras. They want the digital cameras, they want an actual camera, like they want an actual camera. And the reason why, and I was asking my daughter the other day, I said, man, why are you guys going back to these just regular cameras? And they said, because all the phones all have filters, you can change the lighting, you try to do all this stuff to get this perfect picture, and you edit the picture to make a perfect picture, and you're like, that's not the picture you took, that's not exactly what it looked like. And she's like, these pictures are what it actually looked like when we were there. And so hearing my daughter say stuff like that makes me feel so happy, but also so hopeful. So hopeful that the people are starting to see through that crap, and it's just everything now. Every ad you see now, you have to see, where it came from. Then you start to look, you open it, you see it's some weird address and some weird person with an extra asterisk or an extra symbol, so it's not really them posting. And these pictures look so real now, where they've got the presidents with people or whatever it may be, or athletes with people. You're like, that's not even a fake, the right picture, it's a doctor picture.
My red flag in people, specifically like these realtors, that the ones that did this and now are dropping, is because the over-filtered families on Facebook or online, the over-filtered content, like immediately I know you're fake.
Correct.
Immediately.
Yep.
And so, that's one thing I told this realtor when I met with her. I was like, listen, girl, you got to get out. You're following the wrong people. That's why. She's like, I'm frustrated with this content that I'm watching here. I don't want to be like that, but that's what they're selling. I was like, no, they're not.
No.
I said, no, they're not. And I said, let me tell you something. At first, in my old office, they used to praise these other realtors and put them on a pedestal because they sell these houses. But those were the ones who were crumbling on personal lives. And I was like, I didn't want their lives. I realized I said, I get the confusion, because I was confused too. I was like, but I have to be this way to be successful. And I've proven myself this year that I don't have to be this way to be successful.
No, yeah.
I was like, I don't want their lives.
No, be in your own bubble.
Follow people whose lives you want.
Yeah, exactly right. And like, at the end of the day, like I said, would you rather be a small fish in a big pond or be the big fish in a small pond?
Yeah.
I'll be the big fish in the small pond and make my own little thing and my own little world and create my own pocket of friends. And you could have all the things that you want still with that focus. But like I said, you've done it right. And again, I'm so hopeful because I feel like people are there. I feel like people are starting to realize, which is the messaging that you and I wanted to get out when we started this thing, was just, we saw so much just fakeness in the world. Like you said, to everything, your pictures, the family pictures that, you're yelling and screaming at the dinner table, but then the waiter comes up and you put a smile up on your face to have this beautiful family picture and post that you're at Ruth Chris Steakhouse and, living the dream. And, mere seconds before that, your whole family was arguing. And then all of a sudden you go back on your phones and you're not sharing stories. You're not talking to each other. You're completely four strangers or whatever sitting at a dinner table, but you posted the picture that everyone's happy. I think people are starting to realize just how over they are about that.
That Coldplay, the couple that just got caught, didn't she just like right before post a family picture of her husband, and her kid?
Yeah, that night.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
knowing that she's going to go she's doing that.
So freaking fake.
I know.
So that's another red flag to me on people that overly post about their spouse or overly post about like their life. Yeah. Right?
That's why I stopped doing it.
Well, if you look at I just posted one of Cole because I know you can't agree, but I know deep down he was looking like a fine little taquito. And
you're never gonna hear me say that. I've never heard a fine taquito. That is if there's ever a Hispanic reference, you just got one right there.
That's ever come out of my mouth.
Oh my God, dude, he's not living that down now. He's not living that down. A little taquito. Oh boy.
But he was looking fine, and I was like, my husband.
Good for you. I was not looking at that.
I put my husband's annoying, and like ... Lee handsome, I think is what I put. Okay. But he was looking good. But other than that, I really don't post about Cole.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Like I was telling her, because the one content
supposed to be about your kids. It's supposed to be for your kids.
People don't need to know the ins and outs of your relationship. They don't need to know that you don't need to overly say how many times that you guys almost got divorced. You don't need to overly say like your inside drama. Like another realtor I know posts about their divorce and the kid situation. I'm like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, no,
because I get you're trying to post something to relate to people, but once you let people in, and that's what I told her, it's like once you let people into that, it's not sacred anymore.
Yeah, it's a big reason why me and Allison stopped doing that. Like, my wife doesn't really post. My wife likes to post pictures, so she's mostly on Instagram. Facebook is pretty much the only platform I'm on, except for Amber apparently has me on platforms, but she knows all the passwords and she's me, so I have no idea. I don't know, and I don't want to know. I don't want to be involved with it, to be honest with you, because I just have no interest in it. But I used to do a lot of those type of things, and what ended up happening was I remember when the France trip came up, and I'm usually the one that's always posting the pictures and while I'm on the trip. And one, I wanted to leave my phone down for as much of that trip as I possibly can, which I did. And two, when we talk about this world of comparison, I don't want to be someone that contributes to it.
Look at me.
I don't exactly. And look at another thing that I'm doing, another trip that I'm doing, and when it creates that wedge, it creates that animosity with people. It makes people feel like, okay, am I not doing enough? And that's never been my intent. My intent was always just to share these memories I'm making with my family, and I have a lot of my pictures there. So. And I love taking pictures of with my family and those type of things, and capturing those memories. But that's the main reason I stopped doing it is I just don't see the value in it. It's if I post an accomplishment for my kid, there's value in that, right? I want to shout, I want to shout to the rooftop how proud I am, right? My daughter's about to get confirmed tomorrow night, actually, at the church.
Really? Oh, that's why she did the thing yesterday.
That's what we did the thing yesterday. Yeah. So she's getting confirmed. Like it's those type of things that make me so proud and make me make us so blessed in those type of things. But the actual posting of the other stuff, it's just I think all it's going to do is just create. It's gonna make people chase something that's that is.
Well, there's two bad things about it. One is gonna make people chase, immediately have that envy energy towards you.
Yeah, I don't want that.
But two, you're creating something that's not reality. So you're chasing internally something that'll never happen, right? So you're already disappointing yourself every day. Like when you get up, because I used to be friends with someone like this. She literally, I remember one Mother's Day, her husband forgot. It was Mother's Day, I suppose. And she was texting me bitching about it, like pissed. And then an hour later, Like, she posted a picture of them at breakfast, and then goes, "Oh, my husband, I love him so much. He made it such a great morning." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you create this big gap in your brain and your relationship, all relationships in my mind, that you're never going to be able to fill.
Well, on top of that,
adding and adding and adding.
Well, on top of that, you look at the energy that was spent, right? So the energy that was spent actually complaining and then putting this fake post up there about not reality.
Yeah.
It's like you're taking all this time and energy rather than going, okay, if I have a problem in my marriage, what if I use that same time and energy that I'm worrying about showing everybody else how perfect my life is, and actually put it into my spouse? Actually, say, hey guys, let's work on this together.
Yeah.
Let's get through this together. Let's focus on us. Let's get rid of the phone stuff. Let's get done with the posts. And I'm trying to be a lot, but I think I've gotten a lot better at that. But again, you got to make it conscious.
Stuff when you do.
I try to,
do
but
our podcast.
Yeah, well, because it's
Gary
the
Vee, because he's obsessed with Gary Vee.
I love the guy. I don't know if I would say obsessed, but I appreciate his messaging because he's right to the point. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He's real. He's a real dude, and that's like
he's raw and he's real.
He's raw and he's real, which is what I attract to because that's the kind of people that we are around. And we talk about surround yourself with people that are smarter than you, people that are better than you, people that are wiser than you, people that are more successful than you.
Yep.
So I would love to surround myself. I would love to get the guy for an hour. I could never afford the guy, but just his look on life. And he struggled, he grinded, he did. He still does it. He does garage sales and flipping things and trading cards, and he still has never left his humble beginnings.
Yeah.
And he's a guy that just shares it out with the world, and he wants people to see their best versions, which is exactly what you and I want.
He hasn't let the riches in life, that's quotations mark, change who he is.
Not at all.
And I think this is why this billionaire had that issue with Coldplay, because I feel like a lot of people don't know what to do with that type of power. Financial power. And they let it get to their heads. And I see it all the time in real estate. All the time. And that's why I'm like, I don't want to be that realtor. You know what I mean? Like, I'm about to go do an open house today for a nearly $800,000 listing like this.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm about to go show $1 million properties like this.
Yeah.
Why? Because this is who I am.
Yeah, and you think that at the end of the day, the people that your clients that you are working for are more worried about your results. They're more worried about how knowledgeable you are. They're more worried about what do you know about the market? What do you bring to the table? Your negotiation skills. Are you going to get them the best deal for their property? That's what they care about. It's not the other stuff that everyone sees, right? It's for me. It's things are based on merit. What you look like is irrelevant. It's okay. What have you earned?
Yeah.
What do you know? What are you an expert in your field? Are you smart enough to realize what you're not good at, right? I think that's a big thing too. As I tell people all the time, the people that are around me are so much smarter than I ever will be. The difference between me and other people is I recognize I need to have people that are better than me surrounding me to be successful. And again, I'm good at my one little sliver, but if I didn't have those people that take all that other stuff off my plate, I can't give 100% to that sliver. Now I got to be Ryan that spreads super thin and trying to half-ass all this work rather than let me hone in on what I know that I'm good at doing and let the people around me that are good at what they're doing support me and I support them. And when you have that vision, you're going to be successful. And the same thing what you're doing right now with your houses, right? Again, you're going in and look at these houses that you're getting and you just keep going and going and going. Right. But it's because Alena Sweetser is being Alena Sweetser. You're not trying to perceive.
I'm not overbuying my next house.
Yeah, and you're not
buying within my means.
Yeah, buying within your means because
I wanted our forever home this year, and I had to sit back and be like, okay, why do I want my forever home this year? Because I want to be there quicker, but that would have set me 3 steps behind, right?
And you made the right call.
And we're very excited about this house.
You should be.
Don't get me wrong. We're very excited. It's not the neighborhood we want to be in yet, but it's going to be a great neighborhood and a great house. But it comes down to why do we want things so fast, right? Like we've talked about that on an episode before, I think.
Yeah.
That fly almost went in my face, in my mouth.
No, it's all of this little Where's
guy. The salt gun? Go get it. We should shoot these things.
I know.
That's why if someone watched the video and saw me flick, I wasn't trying to hit you. I was trying to save your life from a fly.
Yeah.
No, but I was going to tell you, I'm going to post about buying a house, but I'm not posting and be like, I bought another house. My intention with this is because most realtors use the terms always, it's a great time to buy, it's a great time to sell. And I've heard so many times, you're just saying that because you're a realtor. I don't want to be like, listen, I am a realtor in today's market buying a house, and here is why. I am doing what I'm saying for you to do.
Do what you preach, right?
Literally,
exactly
I'm selling going through a lot of contracts right now, right? I see a lot of inventory, and I've been seeing price cut after price cut. There was just 600 yesterday. 600 homes price cut just in one day. Okay?
Wow.
So it's price cut, price cut, price cut. And then I've seen concessions. And finally, I looked at the one that's near our house that we ended up buying, and I got an amazing deal. We got $15,000 in concessions. And I told Cole, I was like, why would we not move? They're literally giving us our house. Why would we not move?
Exactly, but you're in a position where you're able to make that move and make it and jump on it quick too,
Yeah.
right? So that's the key, is putting yourself in the position so when those things come up, those opportunities come up, you can make the move,
Yeah.
right? And people will tell you, the people that are rich, they get rich in a buyer's market, not a seller's market.
For real, that's when you
when
get the best
it's
deal.
always when you buy. It's when you
Yeah.
get on the front end, you get the deal on the front end. So
Now I'm
but
scared though when we buy a family home next year, what kind of market's the rates drop. Damn it.
there's always an opportunity, no matter what the situation is. You just got to find what the opportunity
You got to
is.
find an off market in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Don't let them go in the market yet.
Yeah.
Just tell them Elena's coming to the hood.
Oh my god. we got a good friend moving in. Make sure you keep the pricing down. Keep the
The
pricing
neighbor
down.
across the street, she doesn't listen to our podcast. But lady, you got to go.
She's a good she is a good neighbor though, but she's maintained that house. I'm
I
very happy.
know, but how perfect would that be? You guys have here, you have the Smiths next door, and then we're across the street.
The corner would be nice. Then the whole cul-de-sac.
That's the thing. So we almost bought a house here in their neighborhood, but it was 6 minutes away.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So she's already in the bubble, guys. This is what happens when you move to Highland Village. The fact that 6 minutes is a long drive for you, that's the bubble. That's the epitome of the
is.
bubble. And when you're in this little area,
I
it's
wanna
hard
be
to get them out of the
across the
bubble.
street.
It's hard to get out of the bubble. Yeah, they want to build it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyways.
But anyway, guys, I thought it was a great catch-up episode because I've been
Yeah.
able to catch up with Elena for, except for the fun stuff we've been doing. And, of course, we share a lot of stories and talks when we're traveling. And but we had a lot, just a driver, trip, real estate stuff, so move. There's a lot going on right now. Senior year, junior year,
Driving.
school
Did you
starts
start right?
next week, driving. I mean, so many
listen to
things. Just look, guys, this is only all in a matter of a couple
Live
weeks.
it up.
Anyway, thank you guys again for the continued support. We're going to continue to push this messaging out there. But we're bringing real back. We want genuine, real people. We want real experiences, real life stuff. And hopefully in any way we can touch your guys' lives or push you guys to be that much better, then it would be a success for us.
I don't know why, but when you said bringing real back, I immediately, there's a lizard in my head, heard, bringing sexy back. You remember Justin Timberlake song?
I remember screw Justin Timberlake, by the way.
I don't like
Just
him.
a final note.
He'll never be on our podcast.
Yeah, he's good looking. He can sing. He can dance. He can play golf.
I don't like the dude though.
Oh, I don't know him really well. I was more just jealous of all of his talent and good
No,
looks.
it's all, what is a facade? Facade.
Probably is.
What is the word? Okay, we're done. Bye.
All right, bye guys. Take care. See ya.